Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this special podcast. My name is Angel Reed, and today we are honored to host a guest by the names Mr. Omedo Brian, who is the founder of Youth Vision Teso. Today, we shall be discussing about Youth Vision Teso, the challenges facing the youth, education, leadership, and employment, and the future of our region. Sir,
yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
To begin with, could you please tell us what Youth Vision Teso is all about?
Thank you so much for this opportunity you've given me in this podcast. I want to start with where you have left me. Youth Vision Teso is a community youth-led initiative that focuses mainly on youth empowerment. This movement started in the Teso sub-region, and we inspire young people to live responsible, impactful, and purposeful lives. We have seen that most of our youth have potential, and it is now our task to organize these young people to become a force that can cause change in the communities that we live in. So Youth Vision Teso, in simple terms, is for young people, by young people, for the young people. That's what I can say.
That is actually very interesting. What inspired you to start Youth Vision Teso?
There are a lot of things that actually inspired me to start this movement, not only me, but also other young people that joined me. But what inspired me the most to begin Youth Vision Teso is the belief that I have that youth, young people, have a potential in them to transform their communities. When young people are awakened, we understand that our communities move forward. And I believe young people have talent, energy, they can innovate in entrepreneurship, they can focus on academics and give us the community that we believe in. So young people are the future. They are not today, they are the future of our communities. That's what inspired me to begin Youth Vision Teso.
That is truly inspiring. What vision or mission continues to drive Youth Vision Teso today?
Our vision is to have an empowered and transformed Teso youth community equipped with ethical leadership, global competitiveness, economic independence, and a transformed mindset. That's our vision, actually. And that's the vision that moves us forward. Until we see a transformed Teso youth community, we shall not stop. So our vision is to have such a community equipped with ethical leadership, people who can lead. We are going to be leaders, not of tomorrow, but of today. So youth should be able to lead. Youth should be equipped with the economic independence, because when someone is economically independent, they can develop themselves, their families, and the communities in which they live in. And also global competitiveness is a good dimension, because we believe that when young people are equipped with global competitiveness, it means that what people in Japan can do, we also in Teso can do. That's what global competitive means. We should be able to compete with people in other places of the world. That's the vision that keeps Youth Vision Teso moving.
Thank you for sharing that with us. In your opinion, what are the biggest challenges affecting young people in Teso today?
When we talk about challenges affecting young people, there are a lot of them. But since you have specified what are the biggest challenges, I'm going to give our viewers and also you the biggest challenges that face young people in Teso. One of the biggest challenges, not only in Teso but the entire Uganda, is the challenge of youth unemployment. We understand that youth have the willingness to work, but there are no employment opportunities. That is the biggest challenge that we have noticed in Teso as Youth Vision Teso. And also, the other challenge that is faced by young people is the challenge of substance abuse. You see that young people have, because of youth unemployment, people are idle, and what they do is they go out and start taking weed and alcohol and so on. So those challenges, in fact, they limit their potential. They weaken them to achieve what they want. So there are many challenges: unemployment, drug abuse, and poverty. As we speak here in this table today, we know that Teso is the second most poorest region in Uganda. That one will not give us a smile. So that challenge does not only affect our fathers and mothers, but it also affects us, the young people. So poverty is also another challenge. Then the other one is failure to access quality education. Teso has a few good schools for our youth to go and study in. In fact, most of the schools that we have in Teso are not equipped to give us the academic excellence that we need. There are some schools I have visited personally. Then you wonder how people study in such schools. The classes are too congested, and sometimes children have to study under trees. And because of climate changes, the weather may change anytime and classes may have to cease. So there are a lot of challenges actually, but the few that I can highlight in this table are those. Thank you.
Those are very important concerns indeed. Why do you think many young people today lose hope?
Someone once told me that hope upon hope is hopelessness. Young people are born, they come into the world, they believe they can do something big for themselves and for their communities. They have a lot of ambitions, but when they come to the world disappoints them. And in fact, we as a society have disappointed these young people, and that's why they become hopeless. Maybe you have a dream of becoming someone, you put all your efforts into that, then at last external circumstances beyond your control sabotage those kind of efforts. Maybe, for example, poverty can sabotage a young man, a young woman that wants to study to become a doctor or a pilot or something of a kind. So those external challenges are actually what make young people hopeless. And hopelessness is, we see it everywhere. Most of the young people that I've met, they tell you that even if you go to school, you can't get a job. That's the sign of hopelessness. So what brings about hopelessness is failure by society, by us, by our leaders to address the challenges that affect young people and Teso at large.
I believe many viewers can relate to that. What role should the youth play in transforming their communities?
I believe youth should not just be spectators of community and what is taking place. They should actually play a duty. There is something that they can do. And youth should not wait for change. They should become agents of change. We all want change to take place, whether economically, socially, or politically. But we can't sit in a state of idle expectancy. What we are supposed to do is to get out of our comfort zones and do something for ourselves, for our communities. So young people actually can do something. There's a duty they have to play. They have to work, they have to believe, they have to dream, and they have to make sure that what they believe in comes into reality. They make it tangible. So young people can actually employ their efforts, their energies, and their wisdom to make sure Teso becomes better.
That is a powerful message to the youth. Could you tell us some of the activities Youth Vision Teso carries out in the community?
Youth Vision Teso, we have a wide scope of activities, but to mention but a few, the ones we have done in the past and the ones that we aim to do. Number one is that Youth Vision Teso does what we call school visitations. And in the past, we visited schools in the districts of Katakwi, and we also hope to go and visit schools in other districts. Not only do we do school visitations, because 2026 is a year that we believe young people should live for impact. So the message we take is living for impact. So we have visited schools, and we also do civic awareness. Most young people don't know what is taking place in their communities. They actually are not informed. So what Youth Vision does is engage in youth dialogues to make sure that young people are aware of what is taking place in their communities. And when we get done with civic awareness, we then go to civic engagement. We pick them to come and actively now participate in society matters. So we do youth empowerment, school visitations, we have done those ones. We do civic awareness, and we call for civic engagement. Not only that, we also inspire young leaders. Youth leaders, school leaders, student leaders, we inspire them. That's what we do.
Thank you for explaining that clearly. Some people may ask whether Youth Vision Teso is politically affiliated. What would you say about that?
When we come to the political field, we understand that youth are the most active sect in politics. But Youth Vision Teso, even if we are being moved forward by youth, we are not affiliated to any political organization or maybe political ideology, but we work with all political leaders. We believe that our leaders, even if they have divergent ideas, those ideas can still be used to develop the youth of Teso. So in short, we are not politically affiliated, but we work with all kinds of leaders, all kinds of institutions that are willing to move forward in youth empowerment, because that's what we believe in. Thank you.
Thank you for the clarification. What kind of leadership do you think Teso needs today?
When we come to the question of leadership, it depends on the person that you ask. Because many people believe these days in the leadership of winner takes it all. But that's not what Youth Vision Teso believes in. Youth Vision Teso believes that Teso deserves a leadership that looks into the future. A leadership that believes in uplifting the population, the populace. You empower people so that they can work for themselves and work for the community. So the leadership that Teso needs today is not the leadership of division. We need a leadership that unites people under a common ideology. Then we move forward. A leadership that has goals and objectives to achieve. And being in a position of power does not mean you are actually a leader, because some people can be having positions of power when they are not leaders. So in particular, we want leaders, not people that hold positions of power. So the leadership we need in Teso is a leadership that believes in the ability of its people to make change and accepts to engage the people to bring the change that we want. Also want a leadership that opens doors of opportunity for young people. Open a door to those who are unemployed, open a door to those who are uneducated, and make sure that our society moves forward. So we are not affiliated to any political party or organization or ideology. We simply believe that whether a card is black or white, as long as it catches the mice.
Okay, thank you for that. Finally, where do you see Youth Vision Teso in the next year?
Youth Vision Teso, I may not be able to tell you that we can take you to heaven. Youth Vision Teso was not made to take people to heaven. It was simply made to deliver us from hell. So where I see Youth Vision Teso in the next few years is that this is going to become a big platform where young people come together to engage their leaders and to build themselves and to build Teso. So Youth Vision Teso, I believe, and have faith in what I believe, that it's going to become a big organization, a big platform that harnesses the energy of young people and drives societies forward. That's what I see. That's what I see.
That sounds like a great vision for the future. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being part of this podcast today. See you in the next episode.